Hey y'all, CB here at NBS Welding. We're in the super service truck. We're rolling to the scrapyard. Actually, I've been spring cleaning at the shop. Don't have a lot of content to share on that. It's just pretty much one of them things that's got to be done from time to time, and that's the reason we're running to the scrapyard. We've got mild steel, stainless steel, clean aluminum, dirty aluminum. We've got all this stuff that needs to be recycled. You don't get a whole lot of money out of it, but if you take it to the dump, you got to pay them. So if you take it to the scrapyard, they pay you. So anything you get's better than nothing. But what topic I figured I'd throw down some video on, trying to kill some time on the trip to the scrapyard. Had a couple occasions where someone made a comment on my videos and said that I should make a video talking about how I maintain health and about health and diet and whatever like that. Obviously it's not something that a guy wants to say, like, brag about or anything like that. But if you're gonna grow older and have some amount of skill and wisdom, the kind of dedication to a trade that it takes 30 years to reach a point where you have really put the time in. You're reaching a point where you've also put some age on yourself, and if you want to continue to do this physical thing like welding and fabrication work, somebody like me, I'm 50 years old. If you want to continue to do it, you got to be healthy, and that it doesn't get easier as you get older. I can't do the things I used to do. I used to smoke Marlboros and dip Copenhagen and drink beer and whiskey, and I don't do that stuff anymore. A young guy can do that stuff, although I don't recommend it. I think I'd be better off if I hadn't done that, but I do think I stopped in time. There's a certain amount of beer and whiskey and cigarettes that a guy can consume and still go on and be all right, and I had that much. I met my quota. That's enough. And when you stop that stuff, you realize as you get older that diet matters, exercise matters. You're going to run into problems and you're going to need therapy for them. You're not, you can't count on a doctor. A doctor may tell you this and that, and I'm not saying doctors are bad, but you still got to take responsibility for your own health. You still got to be willing to do what it takes, research things yourself. When you go to your doctor and he tells you something, you still need to research it yourself. That doctor sees a bunch of patients every day. There's only one you. But thanks to the power of the internet and thanks to the intelligence that's in your head, if you put in the work, you can solve a lot of your problems. And when it comes, I guess, to diet and fitness, I've went through a change. In 2017, I started taking Thrive supplements. In 2018, I did something about my diet. In 2019, I quit drinking alcohol. In 2020, I got off nicotine. I think that quitting alcohol is a big part of getting off nicotine, because if I was still drinking alcohol, I don't think I'd ever quit nicotine. When I changed my diet in 2018, I just cut carbs. I'd heard of people having success cutting carbs, and I just started out really simple, and I said, okay, I'm I'm going to take the Thrive supplements because they're obviously making me feel better. I've heard about cutting carbs. I don't know a lot about diet, but what I decided to do in 2018 was I said, I'll look at the food label, and if it's got more than 1 carbohydrate per serving, I ain't eating it. Well, I got healthier by doing that because it cut out a lot of the stuff that was really bad. You know, it cut out a lot of the white bread, the white sugar, the white flour, the white things like pasta that's extremely calorie dense, but you know, not really dense in protein or vitamins or minerals or whatever. And I'm not saying carbs are bad. Actually, the diet that I'm on right now, I actually eat quite a few carbohydrates, you know, around 250 a day. I do have different times when I do a low carbohydrate diet. All these diets work, and all of them help if you research a diet and you know you're going for a certain thing. You can achieve that thing if you stick to the diet, but they all have their problems too. One of the things about doing something that's low carb for me right now is my training right now is pretty vigorous. It's hard for me to train hard without carbohydrates. Some people do it and they're fine. I don't have good luck at it. I feel like I need the carbohydrate in order to train hard. But when I use carbohydrates, I gotta watch calories more because it's easy to gain fat when you consume carbs. So one of the things I do when I'm consuming carbs, in order to get full, I'm a person that, especially on my evening meal, I gotta get full. If I don't get my belly full, I don't sleep good. My wife's just the opposite. If she eats a lot in the evening, she can't sleep. I need to eat a lot in the evening. Well, when I'm eating carbs and I want to sleep good, I eat a lot of extra vegetables. 15 to 18 servings of vegetables a day. Nothing wrong with that. It makes me feel good to do that. But if you eat that much vegetables, you can have excessive gas. And that's one of the problems I've had when I eat carbs and I eat a lot of vegetables. Now, I can go on at one point this year, I was on a 100% carnivore diet for a month. And just to compare, like right now, I'm around 2,000 calories a day. When I did carnivore, I ate 4,500 calories a day for a month and didn't gain a pound. Didn't gain a bit. That's a lot of calories to not gain weight. But it's kind of the way of things when you get into ketosis. So just overall what I'm saying is you got to do your own research, and you got to figure out what you're going for, and that can change like it does with me. Like I say, there's a portion of the year last year and this year when I did a diet that was 100% carnivore. There's a portion of the year that I do a diet that's kind of like ketovore, where I don't consume a lot of carbohydrates, but I do eat vegetables. When you're carnivore, you don't eat vegetables at all. I'm at a point now where I'm doing low calorie, eating lots of vegetables, and I'm only getting around 170 to 250 grams of protein a day. But all of these things, you can't mix and match. You can't say, well, I'm going to eat carbohydrates, but I'm going to have 4,500 calories a day. If you do that, you're going to get fat. You can't. It's not like a buffet where you just pick what you want. You have to research it and do your due diligence and learn about it if you want to improve your health. But like I say, nobody wants to brag, but like I got up and went to the gym this morning and ran 5 miles on the treadmill, and now I'm going to work. There's not a lot of 50-year-old guys that can do that. But if you exercise and eat right, lift weights, and take care of yourself, you will feel better. You will have a better physical appearance, which makes you feel even better. And your mental state is better. And, you know, everything can benefit from it. It's like there's days where I feel so good that my workout feels good to do. Then there's other days where I don't feel like working out, but I do it anyway. And then when I'm done, I'm proud of myself because, by God, I didn't feel like doing it, but I did it. I got it done. It needed done, got her done. And I go through the rest of the day feeling good because I was disciplined. You know, I felt, it makes me feel good about myself that I did that. Pulling in here, just wanted to record some video. Y'all learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need.